Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Exhumed movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Burn Witch Burn, which was suggested to me by Macabrella, who is queen of Exhumed movie review suggestions, which is not all that surprising as she came up with the awesome name for Exhumed movie reviews. She is also a creepy patron peep, so nice little segue there, Vicky. Thank you to the Macabrella and the rest of my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. I love you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. This is going up on Friday, so it's today. Later on today, I don't know when this video, I'm probably gonna put this video live a little bit earlier than normal. On this channel, on Nightmare Maven, me and Emma from Spooky Astronauts are going live with our new monthly live stream show, Does This Offend You?, where we're gonna be talking about controversial horror movies. So this evening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna be talking about Cannibal Holocaust and the Green Inferno, so make sure you turn in. So make sure you tune in. It's gonna be really, really fun. And it's later today, so yeah. So Burn Witch Burn, also known as the Night of the Eagle, follows a skeptical college professor as he discovers that his wife has been practicing magic for years. Like the learned, rational fellow he is, he forces her to destroy all her magical charms and protective devices. He isn't put off by her insistence that his professional rivals are working magic against him and her protections are necessary to his career and life. First and foremost, as this is a movie about witchcraft, I definitely have to talk about the witchcraft aspect. I do like that good and bad witchcraft was represented in the movie, because I feel like, especially for movies that are older like this one is, witchcraft and witches are always the evil force. It's always satanic. They're always the bad guys. So I like that good witchcraft was represented in the movie, you know, because any witch or pagan or Wiccan will tell you that magic is neither good nor bad. You know, it's just like the craft says, you know, it's in the heart of the practitioner. So, you know, if the practitioner is evil, then they're gonna do evil magic. And vice versa. So the professor's wife, Tansy, is practicing good magic. She's using all these protective charms to help her husband because she realizes that one of his colleagues is trying to harm him via magic also. Yeah. I also really liked the use of lighting in this movie. We have the very typical, you know, kind of like bar of light over the eyes whenever somebody, you know, that's typically used whenever we're looking at an evil character or somebody who is kind of like crazy or in a trance or something like that, which is mostly how it's used for the purposes of this movie. Really liked that. I liked seeing it in that kind of use, like for somebody who's like being possessed or somebody that's, you know, going a little bit crazy, a little bit or possessed, instead of somebody who is evil. I liked that. It's just a really cool, it's one instance, but it was a really cool, I don't know, it was really cool, like blocking, I guess you'd say, or just a cool effect. So I definitely am gonna spoil a little bit of the end here. It is a very old movie though, so I don't feel bad about it. Basically, the colleague that is trying to harm the professor is obviously a fellow professor, Flora. And at that, you know, cliche quintessential scene where the villain is explaining why she's doing all of this and how she's done all of this, you know, typical scene like that. There's a really cool, you know, she's like slowly kind of getting more and more manic. Like you can definitely tell she's a little bit out of her mind. And there's a really cool part where she's kind of like in the middle of her speech a little bit, and she stands up at her desk and leans over her desk lamp. So, you know, like obviously a lamp with a typical lampshade. Obviously the lampshade has an opening at the bottom and at the top. So she is kind of standing and leaning over her lamp, so the light is kind of, you know, it's shining directly underneath her, and it creates that kind of, you know, really cool effect that you do when you're a kid, where you shine the flashlight under your face whenever you're telling a scary story. I really liked that in the movie. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if that was planned or that was something the actress just did. Either way, it was really cool and I liked it. It just really added to the scene where, you know, maybe you wouldn't find her that scary, but at that instance you're kind of just like, oh, she's a little bit unstable. I thought the plot was, I don't know, just for me it was stretched out way too long. I feel like every scene of this movie went on a little bit longer than maybe it needed to. I don't know, it just felt like it took a long time to get through every single sequence. And I found myself like super bored, kind of falling asleep a little bit. To be fair, I did watch this movie at the end of the day, like the time of day I watched it was at the end of the day, so it was a little bit more tired, but I typically don't have that problem of almost falling asleep in a movie. There is an instance, you know, kind of a goof, I guess, if you will. The very, you know, big climax scene is when the professor is leaving Flora's office and she makes an eagle, I guess it was an eagle, I don't know, it was a bird of prey, definitely, go after the professor, and pretty much every time that bird is on screen you can see the string that is connecting him to, I'm sure, a person off camera, but you can, it's like just so obvious. Like there's no way you can't see it, because like, you know, you see the bird going and then the string is just like going wild. This is kind of nitpicky, even though I was talking about how I liked that good witchcraft was also represented in the movie. I got a nitpick at, I know this movie is like 50 something years old, so I mean, it's, I know it doesn't really excuse the movie, but this was typical for a movie of this age for sure. You know, it ends up like the focus is really how witchcraft is the enemy, obviously, because Flora's using witchcraft to harm the professor. I think I would have been more okay with it if maybe the professor had just like thanked his wife for trying to protect him, because obviously he was proven wrong. Like obviously at the beginning of the movie, he's very like logical, like these charms don't work, there's nobody trying to hurt me, blah, 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 blah. So after he burns all of her protective charms, he goes to work the next day and all of this horrible stuff starts happening to him. You can see he's kind of like, there's kind of an internal struggle where he wants to write this all off as coincidence, but you think like somewhere in the back of his mind, he's maybe like, well, maybe those charms really did do something, and maybe they really were protecting me, and I just burned all of them. Pansy is just proven right time and time again as the movie goes on. Like it's just made very apparent that somebody is after the professor and those charms were protecting him. After like Flora, spoiler alert, burns down the professor's house using magic, he still doesn't thank his wife at the end. I don't know. Could just been like, thank you for being a witch, honey, and protecting me against this crazy bitch who was trying to burn my house down and kill me with an eagle. Thank you. Was Burn Witch Burn worth watching? It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I didn't like it all that much. On IMDb though, it has a 7 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 77% critic score and a 66% audience score. So obviously this is just me. Nothing on Roger Ebert. I was able to watch Burn Witch Burn on Amazon, so I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box if you want to check it out. As always, there's no pressure to use that link, but if you do, it does help out the channel a little bit. If you've seen Burn Witch Burn, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. As always, you can find me at all the normal social media places. The links for those are in the description box. You can find me on my blog at nightmaremaven.com, morbidlybeautiful.com as a contributing writer, and other YouTube channels a contributing host, as well as patreon.com/nightmaremaven. There we go. If you want to check that out and support the channel that way. As always, you can find me at all the normal social media places. The links for those are in the description. You can No, wait, I already said that. God, I'm tired. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. And make sure you ring that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a video and when I go live, because I just found out that YouTube does not notify all of your subscribers about new videos and live streams if you're just subscribed. Because what is the point of subscribing, you know? That's a rant for another day. So if you want to be notified, ring the bell. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange.